Now, the eighth question says we have to write a schedulable batch class wherein the batch class would run every day, and if there is no activity in the case for the last 10 days, it should auto close. And no activity encompasses like there is like the last modified days is older than 10 days, and then there is no task or event related to that case in the last 10 days, and also there are no case comments. First, let us go and try to see the code. Yes, so this is the schedule class for it, schedule class, which runs like I've scheduled it like for every, yeah, so it was scheduled for every day, like once it will run. For the batch class, here I'm querying here that if, let me close this notification. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to schedule ID, the status, and last modified date, and also these two things. These are custom fields I have made, number of scheduled checks, and last comment last modified from case the statuses of the case is not closed. So I'm passing that query from the start start method of the batch class to the execute method, like the case list, and I have this handler apex class, and in that I'm passing the list, and in the finish, of course, like just in the finish. So this is the handler class. I have like the list here. Now the thing is, let me explain why I have used this two, why I have created this two fields, like custom fields. So there might be a case wherein I have paused my current job or something, and or maybe I have updated my current job or something. So the thing is, if a certain case has been closed for like 4 days, so it has gone through four checks. Now the thing is, like if I pause and I resume or reiterate again, it will start from zero again. And to avoid that, I'm just keeping a track of how many checks it have already gone through. So it will start from zero, go up till nine maximum, and after that it should be closing. Now there is like a key comment class modified. The reason for creating this, and there is no task class modified or event class modified. I'll show here. So here you can see there are two types of comments, blue and yellow ones. The yellow ones are the ones which are created automatically by Salesforce. The blue ones are the ones which is due to some action I've taken. So here, this it is either from a flow or some Apex code. So these comments, unless they're directly affecting the case record itself, these comments do not come like visible in the last modified. So if I create a new task or a new event, it is automatically related to case. So automatically this last modified by will update. Now, if I change the status or priorities, anything, if I open a case or a close case, that is also affecting the case record directly. That is also coming in the last modified by. But if there is there is an action something like, let me see another question. Yes, so this case has been sent to the owner for a follow-up or owner's manager for a follow-up. Nothing directly is happening in the case object itself. So because of this flow, this case comment is coming and it will not be updated in this last modified date. For this reason, I have created another flow which basically runs, and what it is doing is, uh, let me just open parent one comment modify. Yeah. So I'm just in this variable, I'm just storing this. Okay, so this record, this trigger, it is working on the case comment. So case comments parent will be the case in which the case comment is present. So for that, what I'm saying that recurrent case comments parent, that is the case field, comment last modified, we're just storing that in this variable, and we are assigning the value. So in that we are just saying that okay, the current date time, because that record has been triggered, and we're just going to update that case field according to the conditions. ID equals, and this ID we are going to update, and this ID we got it from here. So records parent id is case id, so I'm just updating this id in the end, and automatically this case will update. So for example, I have something here. mm, Maybe yes, there is. And so as you can see, this modified and this date are different because this has been modified once, like mails has been sent. As you can see at 4:21, and this is not reflecting this thing, but my flow is enabling this field to reflect what is asked in the question. So yes, so now we have gotten like I said, task or an event. If you create it here, automatically it comes under last modified date. So yeah, so no need to build a separate field for that or separate flow for that. Now simply I'm just checking for every case. I'm just getting the start date, which is like the last modified date, and then also the start date for the comment, which is like the last modified date of the comment, and also the end date, which will be now. And I am just calculating the number of days. So I'm just calculating the number of days for since the last modified has happened, and last modified number of days for the comment also. And if the val is less than 9, now val was number of how many schedule checks have happened. Since I said like it starts from 0, right? If the schedule checks is like less than 9, the number of days is greater than equal to 10, and the number of days for the comment is also greater than equal to 10. So I'm just going to say okay, I'm going to close this case. So cs status is closed, and I'm going to just update all the cases here. So in this list, I'm just going to update the cases. If there is an action on the case, good. Otherwise, so I'm just going to close the case if if this condition satisfies. Otherwise, I'm just going to say, okay, the case check. Right now, we don't need to close. There is still some time, and I'm just going to increase the number of schedule checks that has happened on that case, and I'm just going to update the case. So mass update occurs here. Yes. So this is. Yeah, this is all asked in the eighth question.